Thank you to Jungleberry for sponsoring today's episode. George, what are you eating?
I am eating, which you're also eating, a Nutella bowl, which comes with fresh acai berries at the bottom, and you've got oats to layer it out, and then fresh bananas, strawberries, and then a nice dollop of Nutella. This is our personal favourite. It's so good, isn't it, Dan?
It's so good. So head over to Jungleberry now to get yours. And without further ado, let's head into today's episode. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Podcast Room Brighton YouTube channel. Today, myself and George are here again with another great interview. George, how are we doing?
Blessed, brother, blessed, always blessed.
Blessed, brother, blessed.
We've still had more comments saying that since you said it, and I want that to keep going. So keep commenting that because it's very funny.
Blessed, brother, blessed.
Blessed, brother,
Fantastic.
blessed.
It's like one of them memes now.
Yeah, it's just, I think that's just your brand now, bro.
Cool.
That's fine.
I'm here for
That's so fine. But yes, Dan, today we are here with a very, very special individual. He's been a friend of us for a very long time, and he's absolutely killing the game. Today, we are here with Jeffrey Almeida. How are you, my friend?
I'm all good, all blessed. All blessed.
Yeah, let's go.
Love that. So, obviously, for the viewers at home watching, give us a bit of an insight to yourself. What do you do? And
My name is Jeffrey Almeida. Jeffrey the Prodigy Almeida, fighter nickname. I'm a professional mixed martial artist. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for over 10 years. Also been cross-training different martial arts like Muay Thai, Sanda, Kung Fu, Karate, and Capoeira. And
not a lot then.
Just a few.
I'm originally from Brazil. I came here when I was a kid. I went to school with you guys, to be fair. And just been fighting, training. And recently just won a fight last Saturday for Victory Fights professional title.
Congratulations,
Been wanting that for a while, to be fair. And just keep on working now.
Let's touch on, so we obviously all know each other. We grew up together, went to school together. I say grew up together, kind of, pretty much for a few years at Hove Park. You grew up in your early days in Brazil. What age did you come over to the UK?
I came here when I was 13 years old. 12 years old, actually, just before turning 13. Came on Christmas Eve, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, me and my dad were on the plane. That was the Christmas present that he got for me.
Oh,
Wow, I love that. What was the reason for coming over?
Basically, when I was a kid in Brazil, I was already like doing martial arts. Before I did martial arts, I got bullied. Then I started training, learned how to defend myself. And once I got in like a fight, and the kids that I got in the fight with, they were aka dangerous, if you know what I mean. They're like kids of traffickants and things like that. And my family, they all got like quite scared for that. It wasn't nothing that serious. We were like kids. But my mom got super scared. And then my dad was like, okay, come to England with me then. I think it's time.
So at 13, you've moved from place of birth and you're kind of starting a new life down here. What was the adjustment like for you?
At the start, it was very hard. Couldn't speak a word of English. I came in, went straight to high school. Couldn't speak a word. The teachers would try to teach me, but wasn't really possible. At the time, everybody had iPads on our school.
Yeah.
And it took a while for my iPad to come. And I remember really wanting the iPad just so I could say like simple things on the Google Translate. And once I got the iPad, it didn't help that much either. To be fair, I still had to learn it. And because of that, I started doing jiu-jitsu with Ivan Maciel, which is my jiu-jitsu coach from One Jiu-Jitsu. At the time, I couldn't speak English. He helped me a lot, teaching me little things, teaching me things about the culture, as well as teaching jiu-jitsu to me. He would first teach in English to everyone, and then I'll be kind of floating, wondering what he meant, and he would come to me and explain to me in Portuguese and make my jiu-jitsu training much more enjoyable.
How did you two get to know each other? Did you go to one of his classes or something?
I remember to this day, I just finished high school, Hove Park, and went down to, I heard about a Brazilian coach that was in Port Slade, and my dad picked me up from school and we stopped in front of his gym. I remember seeing him coming out of his car and going inside the gym with a guitar. And my dad is like a cowboy, so he went straight up like, "Oh, can you play?" And he's like, "Not yet, I'm learning." And what's it called? My dad said, "Yeah, can you train my what did he say? call me a chicken. Yeah, can you train my chicken? I was a bit skinny.
What? That's amazing.
And Ivan was like very welcoming, and took me in the training, even though I couldn't speak English. He was very helpful. To be fair, I think most of my English I learned on the mats in jiu-jitsu.
Wow.
Was where people would like try to talk to me more. They were more interested. They were very interested on me for the fact I was Brazilian.
Wow.
And doing jiu-jitsu with them, even though I was like a little kid, white belt.
What was that whole thing like? So, did you train much jiu-jitsu in Brazil?
No.
No.
Wow.
In Brazil, I did a little bit of judo when I was younger, and then I started doing. Well, first I started with capoeira, back in high school when I was 8. Not high school, preschool. When I was 8, and capoeira is more of like a cultural thing. I don't know if you would understand, but it's like playing football in England. It's like a national thing to do. They teach to kids in school. And capoeira, it's hard to kind of learn, if you know what I mean. There's a lot of like acrobacies, there's like a lot of dancing rhythm, as well as learning like basic kicks. But I couldn't use capoeira to defend myself much. So I started doing Kung Fu and Sanda. That's when I really learned like how to proper like fight competitively. That's when I did my first competition too. When I came to England, that's when I started doing jiu-jitsu and wanted to get into MMA, but Ivan wouldn't let me until I was about, I think, 14. I remember I used to come early just to watch, and he would be, I asked him to do it, and he was like, "Nah, you need to learn jiu-jitsu first."
Wow.
He was right. Don't skip your jiu-jitsu training, guys. If you want to do MMA, do jiu-jitsu. It takes long to learn.
There you go. That's some good advice. So, like, was MMA always the goal then? Did you always have that set mind that I want to do MMA?
Well, when I was younger, I always watched like Anderson Silva and other fighters like Jose Aldo, and I knew I wanted to get into martial arts more and more and more. There was nothing else. I enjoyed doing it, and then started getting much more into the UFC once I started doing jiu-jitsu. I already knew about Anderson Silva and other fighters, but I didn't know jiu-jitsu at the time. I didn't know the power of it. I didn't know how big it is in MMA and as the base for mixed martial arts.
Yeah, because we actually had obviously Ifam come in for an interview, and he made a good point about jiu-jitsu because, and we spoke about it just before this podcast, like jiu-jitsu hasn't been a big sport, especially back in the day, probably when you first started. It was quite an up and coming sport. Obviously in Brazil, I think it was different because obviously it's very popular over there, but then it's starting to be drip fed into the UK. And then obviously that's when you started. And then nowadays, as you previously mentioned, that especially in the UK and America, it's now becoming quite a big, well, more in the UK, but it's now becoming a bit more of a known and more of a respected sport, I think. So yeah, man, that's sick. I mean, I love that. I mean, we've just got into jiu-jitsu and we're absolutely loving it. And it's very key that you said that. Do your jiu-jitsu first to get into MMA, because that can obviously help massively. So obviously, you previously mentioned in Brazil that obviously, unfortunately, you got bullied as a kid and then you had to move away. So coming to England, not having much English at all, if any at all, and you learned it on the mats. What was your school life actually like?
I had, when I first arrived, I didn't know no one apart from one girl called Amanda. She was friends with my dad's friends. So she kind of like stayed with me for a little bit and helped me translate a few things, introduced me to some of her friends and stuff. A few kids, they would come talk to me, try to talk to me. They were curious from where I was from. People were very nice in general to me, but I couldn't understand them much. Sometimes you don't understand what's going on in certain situations. So you like just try to exit. Sometimes the teachers try to talk to you and you're like trying to understand, but you can't. For a lot of the time, I would just say, sorry, no understand, no speak English. And some teachers would just kind of leave it. Some other teachers would actually like try to make me understand it.
Okay.
They'll actually like get their own iPad or their phone to try and translate it to me. At that time, Google Translate was very bad.
Yeah.
Just types of translate. It wouldn't translate it very well. Wouldn't make much sense a lot of the time. But like I said, it wasn't lack of effort, but it was not for lack of effort, but it was very hard at the start, for other people to understand me and me to understand them.
Yeah.
At some point, I got very lonely. It was like the first few weeks, like in high school here. I got very lonely. I got a little bit depressed until I started doing jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
That's when things changed because gave me something to look forward to, as well as being on the mats doing something I couldn't understand.
Did you get enough support outside of jiu-jitsu though?
In high school, a little bit. We had our foreign kind of a class for English class for foreign kids. I was part of that class. Mr. Carpenter, he was an awesome teacher, to be fair.
Shout out.
Shout out, Mr. Carpenter. Man, I don't even know if he's still alive. He was so old when I was in high school, to be fair.
Damn, hopefully.
Need to find out, actually.
Yeah.
I'd
Oh,
like to
no,
see him.
damn, no. Yeah, he's still alive. He's still
Well,
alive. He's still alive.
either way, he's a legend.
Yeah, live a
One way or
legend.
another.
Yeah,
He's a legend. What's it called? He got me into music class. It's easier. It's like, would literally sit next to me and like teach me guitar and
That's
in
amazing.
between other things. Met other Spanish kids as well. Shout out to Mauricio and his family. Literally being like literally a brother to me, like being friends with me since high school. Still see him a lot. And yeah, just could speak with these people at the start. Small group at the start. After a year and a half, 1 year, 2 years, that's when I managed to pick up the language, make more friends from like Italian friends, English friends. It was quite a multicultural thing, to be fair. I quite enjoyed that. You know, learning different cultures, different languages from different places. I'm always being into that, to be fair. That class was always gave me the bit of that vibe. But just like in jiu-jitsu, to be fair, you get like so many different people coming from many different places and you have one thing in common and you get to hang out and learn about each other.
I have a question about your home life at the time. So you moved over with your dad. Were you living together? What was the home life like?
We were living together. My home life with my dad was, I would say, a bit different than your usual one. My dad, he moved in here. He had like a 20 years old, she was my stepmom at the time, I guess. 20 years old girlfriend. And she was the one that was kind of like helping take care of me from like a woman kind of side, if you know what I mean. My dad, he's a cowboy. So he's like, okay, you got food, you got somewhere to sleep, do not complain. I had less.
Yeah.
Like, fair enough. No complaining.
And your mum was still in Brazil at the
Yeah,
time?
my mom's still in Brazil.
What was that like, not having your actual mum with you at
Oh,
the
it's
time?
very hard at the start. Very, very hard at the start. But I would say with time, I kind of like got used to it, just like being with my dad and having Josie, which was my dad's ex, doing the job of a mom to me, to be fair. But apart from that, like apart from like missing my mom, of course, which I still do, to be fair, I still gotta go see her. It was okay. It was fine, to be fair. I was fine. You know.
She still live in Brazil now?
Yeah, she still live in Brazil.
Oh, wow. Do you go out there to visit a bit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'd go every like either 1 or 2 years.
Nice.
It's a bit pricey the ticket there, but
Yeah, can
it's
imagine.
okay. And I also got like find time to do it because
Yeah.
like I got no replacement for me at the moment.
Yes. Yeah.
Need to train some blue belts or some higher belts so
Some
I
white
can
belts.
cover the classes for me.
Yeah.
But to be fair, last time my mom came to see me.
Fight.
No, she just came to see me.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
I think my dad showed up like last fight.
Yes.
Literally, I was helping my friend Mateus warm up, like going to his fight, and they text me, your dad is here. I'm like, what? For real? And then as I walk out with Mateus, I see my dad. He wanted to say hi to me. I was like, wait, dad. Wait a bit. Let's make sure he beats this guy up. And then
We're going to touch on all the fighting throughout the episode. I'm really excited to kind of unpick a few of them, especially your last one. But I kind of want to go into, so during school life, we finish school, we go through the Hove Park. We go through Hove Park, and we start to become a bit of adults. You turn 17, 18. What was that period of your life like?
that period of my life was interesting. Like we finished high school, I was 15, 16. We were meant to get into college, but then I just wanted to fight at the time and wanted to train more. So I started working for the gym. At that time, me and my dad went through a little bit of a bad patch, you know. I ended up leaving the house and staying with like friends from the gym. You know, I sofa surfed a little bit. Um, I was fine. People took good care of me. Like people from the gym always took good care of me. I was competing and I was training, so I had everything I needed at that time. Just kind of needed to, how do I say, grow up a little bit, if anything. You know, like as a teenager with my dad with his old ways, it was a bit difficult for me. You know, my dad is 70 now, so bit of an age gap there,
Mm-hmm.
which is he got grown up in a completely different way. Me with technology, with like uh, trends and the way you dress, things like that. He would be very strict with me for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But over time, I understood that that was just out of love in a way. You know, was his point of view. He was just trying to help me the best way he could, the way he saw it. You know what I mean? And I have to say, I had a great time as well.
Yeah.
Even though like I wasn't living with my dad, I lived with like some jiu-jitsu guys. Anyway, I just stayed with these Greek guys.
Yes.
And they basically had like mats on the living room.
Cool.
Like, I would literally sleep on their sofa. We wake up, they would cook breakfast. We would go to the gym, come back, train more in the living room,
That's so
and
sick.
eat again.
I really like that because then
Yeah.
you're I don't know, it's your passion, it's what you love as well. And then being around people who are doing it in that environment all the time must be quite
He was sick. He
Yeah.
was so sick.
a beautiful thing. So you were coaching at the time, were you?
Yeah,
or
yeah,
no?
I was coaching a little bit. So I was already doing like private classes.
Yeah.
For a bit, I did like group classes as well. But then after I needed like I got like a job, proper job. What did I work with? Firstly, I started working at Costa. Yeah, I started working
Costa?
at Costa
Wow.
Cafe.
How was that?
Was alright. People were right there. It's just not for me. I have
Yeah,
to say, it's not what I like. Coffee, like too much coffee. I just way too much
all the time, too much coffee.
Everyone's so hype. Everyone working so fast, so jittery. Then after I worked this place called Rockwater restaurant in the beach.
Yeah.
That was nice. You know, Brazilian friend recommended me there, and I started working at Curry's PC Word.
I remember that actually. I remember that time period.
Curry's PC Word was nice. We were, because it was very near the gym, very near where I was living, and the guys from work were nice. To be fair,
Mm.
were very nice. That's where I met like one of my best friends, Luis, and yeah, like he's still one of my students. He's still like very loyal, and we're always hanging out together. To be fair,
Do you find it hard trying to manage between coaching people to help pay your way through life and also focusing on your own career?
it is a little bit hard, but I would say it makes it easier when you're actually fighting professionally. This camp I wanted to go train with like other fighters, like train with some wrestlers, train with judo guys, train with like boxers, but I wasn't able to because I had nobody to cover my classes, which is okay. I just end up doing more Muay Thai and more Jiu-Jitsu, but it does get a bit in the way. Before, when I had like a fight coming up, I would like use my holidays and just have like the whole month off just to train, and then I can go train with like John Halfway, go train with what's it called? What's his name? Go to underground gym, do some boxing with Paul. Well, let's go to Kenshiro because at the time I was training, I won jiu-jitsu only, and yeah, it was a little bit easier, you know, in that aspect. But now I'm in the gym from the morning, then go home, rest for a bit, go again. I have the classes I teach, which I end up training there too as well. You know, training with my students, and I also do the other classes with the other guys. Usually Muay Thai, the advanced Muay Thai classes. It's really good, to be fair.
And going from during that time period, working in Costa, Curry's, Rockwater, etc. Are you competing still at these times? Are you having any amateur fights or jiu-jitsu competitions?
When I worked at Costa, I did not compete at all. I think I remember I took like most a year out, you know, and managed to like make money and stuff, but I was so unhappy with the fact that I couldn't fight and compete, you know. Just other works as well. When I was working at Curry's and Rockwater, it was also that feeling that like, that's not me. I don't want to be here. You know what I mean? Like the job wasn't that bad, but it's like, okay, I'm not a barista, you know, I'm not a waiter, I'm not a tech advisor or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
it just kind of like messed up with the sense of identity I have as a fighter, if you know what I mean. I'm a martial artist. That's like, that's my job. That's what I do.
Was it hard to do these jobs because you had these visions of yourself being an MMA fighter? And like on a day-to-day basis, you have to wake up to these jobs knowing damn straight that you're not these type of people, yet you still have to kind of turn up, do that, knowing the fact that this is not my life.
Yes.
Yeah.
As well as like some people, sometimes they are like, there is bad apples anywhere. Sometimes you go to a job and there's one manager that's not very nice.
Yeah.
It's a bit disrespectful. And I really didn't like that, like having to deal with someone that's being disrespectful to me. That's not what I'm used to, In the mats, everyone's super nice. Everyone's super respectful. If you're a higher belt as well, they're even more respectful to you. You know what I mean? That's something that I like a lot. I'm sure everybody does, but like, it always made me feel diminished, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm doing other jobs or whenever I'm dealing with a dickhead manager or something like that.
But how did you deal with those managers or like those people?
You just have to accept it. You're being paid.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just gotta be humble and accept it.
Yeah.
But then I just made me want to work even harder to actually become like a proper coach and a proper fighter, professional fighter.
And now you are, man.
Yeah.
Now you are. You went
Slowly
through all that
getting there.
hardship to now becoming exactly what you wanted to be. So I kind of want to touch on the teaching aspect. So obviously, yeah, we've gone through the jobs. And then you said you were at One Jiu-Jitsu. How did you transition from, just solely training, actually becoming a teacher now?
I would say it all started a little bit natural. As soon as I became a blue belt, I remember sometimes the coach would arrive, like he would arrive for the class, like we all there as one. He would just say, "Oh yeah, start the warm up for me, please." And from doing the warm up so many times, I just remembered it all. I did the warm up, and he was like, "Oh, did you enjoy doing that?" I'm like, "Yeah, it was fun." And then later on, he said, I asked him like, "Oh, I need money. I need to do something." And then he said, "Why don't you teach privates for me at the gym?" And then I started teaching privates, and then later on I started teaching group classes. It all happened, I would say, quite naturally, to be fair.
You trained me for a fight once.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Little boxing fight back in the day.
Same here. Yeah, that was God.
That was the whole
The
thing.
Jeffrey warm-ups used to be.
Yeah, I mean, when you're not in like the fighting
Yeah.
world, those warm-ups will just kill you.
Yeah.
Like they will kill you. But I guess you're used to them, right? Like that's just
It's something that you definitely have to get used to. As well as some people come almost like unprepared for like training. So let's say if you didn't drink water enough, if you didn't eat well enough, like 2-3 hours before, like I've seen little people going white and like
shit.
collapsing.
Yeah.
Like can't sit down. Never seen anybody passing out in that state, but people just think it's like their blood sugar drops, and yeah,
Yeah, not
you
good.
need some good carbs to train. And sometimes people overeat before training. They eat too much and they feel sick, can't keep going.
Yeah.
You learn how to calibrate, eat at the right time. You got a session coming up, eat well before, drink enough water. Nowadays, I've been having to take electrolytes every time before a training session because I end up sweating too much. And then like getting cramps or just feeling low energy, if you know what I mean. Important electrolytes, good food, enough water.
What does a good nutritious day of eating look like for Jeffrey Almeida?
Breakfast, very important. I usually go for porridge, fruits, protein. Sometimes like peanut butter and jam, something simple. Lunch usually goes for some kind of meat, either steak or chicken, or sometimes like pork. Depends on the day, to be fair. Depends what I feel like it. But I gotta make sure I eat enough like carbohydrates for the evening, and also get the greens in because it slows down digestion. Dinner, I go more to enjoy myself, if you know what I mean. I love a good like dinner. Depends what it is. Depends on the day. Usually I go for like bigger portions for dinner. Makes me feels more sleepy. I sleep better.
So do you need to have like it's a silly question, but it's more for people potentially watching. With fight camp and normal life balance, does the food look very different? And if so, is it extremely strict? Like, can't have this, this, and this? Or is it like you can still have a bit of a balance?
That depends on what weight you're fighting.
Okay.
That depends how much you're waiting at the time. Is usually, if you're cutting, is usually you gotta go in some kind of a calorie deficit. Usually, depending how long you have to, how early you are. Closer to the fight, you're usually trying to empty your gut so you can make the weight easier. But you gotta be careful with things like salt, closer to fight week, salt, too many carbohydrates, so you don't hold on to too much stuff. You also cannot eat for pleasure. You have to eat, I mean, healthy food is still delicious,
Yeah.
but you cannot have like things like takeaway, you cannot have greasy stuff. You have to most of the time cook stuff yourself, to be fair. Like lean meat, lot of eggs. What else? Yeah, just get the carbohydrates at the right time too. You know what I mean?
And what do you mean by that?
So if you eat, if you're gonna train in the evening, you gotta have lunch, like have a bit of rice, protein, veg, and then you gotta make sure that you eat those carbs so you have the energy to actually have a good session. If you don't eat enough carbs, you're gonna feel low on energy. Your performance ain't gonna be good in the session. Yeah, it's all about performance in training, to be fair. The harder you can train, the stronger you're gonna get. So you gotta make sure you're well fueled, well hydrated. Overeating can be a problem, will make you feel sluggish.
Yep. We've all felt that, definitely.
So you gotta watch out how you eat and get enough like things like fruits in as well, like bananas, potassium. It's just important for not to have cramps. And
Because our friend Ollie, actually, he said he has a banana before every single session. What do you have before every single session?
bananas are good. I usually have like electrolytes, water. I don't like to eat that much before. Morning sessions, usually I end up meeting some friends. We go to a cafe, we drink a coffee. That's like after I drank my electrolytes. We drink a coffee and some form of cake. And then we go to the gym. And
Okay, so you can have balance. Like you
yeah,
can.
yeah, but
Okay.
I'm not talking about like bunch of sugar cake. I go like banana cake or like something much more lighter.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because you give you like a sustenance, but it ain't gonna make you feel, you know, it ain't gonna raise your sugar and then drop it really fast.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's long.
All about balance. See, I'm going to start writing some of this down. I'm going to look back at this and go, oh, actually, I know what I'm going to eat before sessions and stuff now. Because I feel like you said, people don't actually understand the importance of before the actual training session. Granted, going to the actual training session is the most important, but you've got to do the prep beforehand. And I think I'm going to start implementing that too. Because, yeah, I feel it sometimes where I'm like, oh, I'm really energetic. Oh, I'm dead. I'm really energetic, dead. And that's, yeah, caffeine, sugars, all those stuff. But I think the problem with, the nowadays diet is there's so much of all of that and it gets pushed in your face and you're like, yeah, eat this. This is really good for you. And it's like, oh, why am I crashing every hour? But yeah, you've got to be really conscious of what you're eating.
What about on days where, I don't know, you may have eaten too much or things haven't gone to plan and the last thing you want to do is go and train? How do you kind of get over that bump?
The days that if you're eating too much, you gotta be careful not to throw up, because that does happen. I would say if you're eating too much, you're gonna have to wait. Like wait for the right time to train. If you go train, you're not gonna be able to go as hard. You're gonna get stitched. Some people might even feel sick.
Yeah.
But apart from like not feeling like it is not really a thing. Motivation is not really real. You just gotta do what you gotta do. If anything, the days that you don't feel like training, you improve the most. That is a fact. And I felt that like so many times. Didn't feel like going training, wanted to do whatever or go out or just chill at home. And then I went anyway and then ended up learning or improving so much more. Or that like mental edge that you're pushing yourself into. You don't want to do it, you make yourself do it. Almost like jump into ice bath or like getting into the sauna. If you're dehydrated, you're cutting weight, you don't want to get back in the sauna, but you got to do it anyway. You know what I mean? That makes your mind stronger, which in the end, it is a physical thing, but the mind is what controls all of it.
Interesting. Talk to me more about the mind part of fighting itself, because it's a very, you're locked in a cage, kind of standing against someone else who, not actually, but is looking to try and hurt you badly and not kill you. I was going to say kill you, but it's not that. But it's that kill or be killed mentality, isn't it?
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about where that takes you.
The way that it works is all about the preparation. You are thinking, this guy wants to like beat me up. He wants to finish me. He wants what I want. This guy wants my dreams. So you gotta beat him for your own dreams. It's you or them. So, but like the mentality is just the work. If you think too much, it doesn't work well. You gotta empty your mind. You gotta be able to focus on the training, focus on your skills. That's why I feel like last fight week is very, very mentally draining because you're not training so much, and you are thinking of the fight that's coming on the weekend, and you are getting nervous. If you know what I mean, by thinking about it. My advice for that is just don't think. Just don't think. Thinking is like mainly overthinking before a fight is very prejudicial. Makes you stressed.
How do you not think about something that's so could be seen as very stressful?
Breathe. Focus on the breathing. Focus on the moment, because the fight is on the weekend, but you're not there yet. You're in the moment, always in the moment. You know what I mean? By overthinking, you're thinking of what could happen, what might happen, or what's coming, and you're not thinking about what you can do now to prepare. And being stressed, being overthinking before, just makes you more stressed. Before a fight, you want to be relaxed. You know what I mean? My recommendation is spend time with friends. If you got a fight, spend time with friends. Mauricio actually helped me a lot before this fight. I was very nervous. So I went to see him and chilled out together a bit, and I felt better after. Also to Danny, because, it all goes to that moment just before the fight as well, where I was also feeling very nervous. And Danny helped me a lot with that. Danny and Ivan, just by coming to me, I'm like sitting down, feeling a bit tension because I'm about to go fight, last fight of the night. And then I have these guys coming to me like, so am I looking fat? And I'm like, no. But they just make you think of something else apart from what's coming, because you cannot change that. You cannot change the future or the past. So you got to live in the moment and relax in the moment until it's time to actually be not stressed, but focused. You know what I mean? Until it's time to actually be thinking. But funny that all the thoughts that happened before, all the stress, all the overthinking, it all goes away as soon as you start warming up. It all goes away. I remember I was feeling very, very nervous for the fight. And then I started hitting pads, start drilling the submissions I was going to use. And I literally felt like completely light. You know what I mean? Like no stress, no thoughts. Just do it. Just,
Why do you think that is?
I think it's because movement helps with stress, to be fair. When people are stressed, they're jittery, or kind of hard to explain. Action helps, I think.
I guess it's also something you've been doing day in, day out, right? Drills, hitting pads in your whole training camp.
It's the zone, it's the so-called zone that you get into where you tunnel visioned. You don't see the lights, you don't see the crowd outside, you don't see nothing. You just see what you have to do.
When the fight starts, do you hear the crowd? Do you hear anyone?
I can hear my coaches. I hear a little bit of the crowd sometimes. Hear my friend Marco because he makes a lot of noise. But not really. The crowd is it's there. You kind of have to cut it off. The lights, the crowd, everything. Because it's just you and your opponent in the cage and your corners. They are the only people you need to really listen to. If you know what I mean. People will be shouting the most stupid things when you're fighting.
There's a quote or there's a phrase, and I'm really going to butcher it, so I don't know if I want to say it, that everyone is shouting at the side when you're fighting. I think it's Brazilian, and I don't want to attempt it because
vai morrer.
That's the one.
Vai morrer.
Yeah. What is that?
It means Brazilian MMA fans, they used to shout that a lot for whenever you're fighting someone from another country, "U vai morrer" means you're going to die. You're
Damn.
gonna die for the other guy.
Ah.
Imagine being the opponent and hearing that in the crowd. You're like, what? So you got, well, like you just said, you don't really hear the crowd, but they must hear that. Because that's quite an intimidating like chant that is being spoken about you. But then you've got to block that out. And also be in the fucking ring with Jeffrey, like, no thanks.
Yeah, I'm good.
That's a long day.
I'm good.
So I wanted to touch, because obviously you're very wise and you do have a very good mindset. What built your mindset? Was it through hardship? Because a lot of people go through hardships in life, and this is where they build this really strong mindset. Or have you just always had that because it's kind of like a fighter mentality?
Definitely hardship. Definitely hardship. Like I said, like fighting mainly at the start, I didn't pay much at all. I didn't pay nothing, to be fair. Like I remember being offered a fight and be like, okay, give you like £100 to fight this guy on the weekend. I'm like, okay, I'll take it. And I remember as a kid, I was like 15. I was like being very happy about getting £100. But then later on, you grow up, and it's like, oh, that ain't gonna cover nothing. Nothing at all. Like, and then you got bills, you got other stresses that are happening with your life. People's birthdays. Stuff that happen with people around you, and you kind of have to keep working towards it. You know what I mean? Even though like people say, oh, that doesn't sound very worth it, doesn't pay much, you got to keep on going, because in the end it's going to be worth it. You know what I mean?
I completely agree. I mean, I've always struggled with my life in the fact that I've kind of got suckered into wanting things now and wanting that instant gratification. And just hearing you say that, it kind of just makes me reflect a little bit and think like, not everything needs to happen now.
And if it did, it wouldn't be that cool, would it?
No.
It wouldn't be that worth it.
Yeah.
When do you feel that sense of achievement though? At what point for you is going to feel like, do you know what, everything I've been working towards, it's worth it now?
Definitely, like when they raise my hand, there's nothing that feels like it. Like nothing that feels like in life. Just winning a fight is the best feeling ever. Mainly because I know the hardship I went to get there. And, life definitely does get in the way. Random things will happen, bad things will happen. And you just got to keep on going and trying to go for that end goal that you still want, And you're going to be worth it in the end. But you cannot give in to the instant gratification. You just got to keep on giving into the hardship, if you know what I mean. It's only going to be worth it if you worked really hard for it, to be fair.
How do you not give in to the instant gratification when, I don't know, life these days, it's so easy to fall into that trap?
You gotta have vision. You gotta have vision of what you want, and you gotta ignore what other people think, what other people are doing, whatever the trend is. You know what I mean? Like a lot of my friends, they work their normal jobs and they go on holiday. And I'm like, okay, I gotta train, I gotta fight, I gotta teach, I got bills to pay. If I had a different job, I'd probably be able to earn more and go on holiday. But that's not what I want. That's not my end goal. And fighting is something very short. I think I've got 10 more years, maybe 15 if I'm lucky, depending on the injuries. I can only do this now. I can go on holidays forever after. You know what I mean? Can get a normal job, work anytime in my life. I can only do this now. So I gotta do it now.
Well said. With that in mind then, I find it's quite rare from being a viewer and a spectator of combat sports, but especially in mixed martial arts, having an undefeated record is quite rare in mixed martial arts, is it not? Like in boxing, you can very much stack pad your record and you'll fight people who, I don't know, most people could probably beat up. But for you, you've been testing yourself during your amateur career and now through the early stages of your pro career. The undefeatedness, is that something that is now a vital part of your motivator?
In a way, yes. I would like to keep up the streak, Hopefully submission streak. First round would be nice.
Yeah, tell me about it. Like,
Crazy.
That's 4 so far. Need a few more maybe, and the UFC will take me. But I'm usually not thinking about that. I just want to win the fight. I just, hopefully not get hurt, because it's a very dangerous sport. But I know that like many different fighters got there even with a few losses. It's cool not to lose, but it's cool to be able to fight and actually work towards it. In a way, some of my training partners that have losses, in a way, I kind of like envy them a little bit because they know what it's like to lose. You know what I mean? I have no idea how I'm gonna react. I hope I react well. Hope I'm not a sore loser. Which I don't think I am, but you know, it's something that's like it happens in life. You know what I mean? Not just in sports, in many different things. Could be, you know, losing a job, losing a girl, losing anything. You know, you kind of have to be prepared for whatever's coming and train hard. Then you don't lose. losing training. That's for sure.
What's that? You used to say a quote to me back in the day. Well, I think it was actually, might have been in the Kenshiro gym at the time. I can't remember what it was. It was something about training so hard.
Train hard, fight easy.
Yeah, that's it. Train hard,
is
fight
it.
easy.
Train
That
hard,
always
fight
stuck in my head.
Yeah, Ivan told me that when I was very young.
Really?
I was stuck in my head too. Train
Wow.
really hard, fight easy. 30
love
seconds
that.
easy.
I love that it
Yeah.
always comes back to iPhone and you, man. I just find that so cool. It's such a cool relation. Like,
Yeah.
so sick.
So with the actual fighting itself, so obviously, is it 3-0 as a pro now?
4-0 as a pro.
4-0 as a pro. Shit, man. Okay. And all first rounds.
Yeah, all first round so far as a professional.
Yeah. Okay.
Dangerous.
What's the next plans then with the trajectory for you?
Next plan, there is like a grappling competition coming up soon. I think I'm gonna be doing that. And they mentioned to me at the gym recently like a professional kickboxing fight. I'd like to do that as well. That's the thing with MMA. You kind of have to like branch out. You know, go bro with boxers, kickboxers, jiu-jitsu guys, wrestlers. You have to be able to do a little bit of everything because when you meet people in the cage, they could have whatever combination of these martial arts, these competitive martial arts. So you got to be ready for all.
The latest guy you fought, that you won in 28 seconds, Festus, he was actually a pretty good competitive fighter himself, but you made that look like a walk in the park, to be honest. Do you ever kind of sit back and analyze your performance and go, do you know what, that was actually insane? Like even in a 28-second win, are you critiquing yourself or are you just in that great moment?
You know, I always critiquing myself because that's how you improve. But you do have to kind of like enjoy the fact that you won, that you didn't get hurt. You know, I've seen people coming out of fights pretty badly. That's like, I think in a way, that's like what worries me the most about like fighting. What makes me most anxious before is like, you know, broken noses, cut eyes. Some people break their legs, their arms, dislocated shoulders. So far, nothing like that happened to me. You know, not in fighting, only like in training. Little things like eyebrow cut and stuff like that. But in a way, you try not to think the worst, but you do think of what could happen worse, if you know what I mean. Mainly like watching like previous opponents' fights, like, oh shit, this guy's good. You heard this other guy pretty bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But being critical with yourself, it will happen. It happened like before, like into fights. Like my last, the fight before that, the MMA fight, actually got dropped from a punch, and my jiu-jitsu coach was like really happy that I got the submission in like 2 minutes, and then my Muay Thai coach Kenny, he was like, yeah, but like if he was somebody else or someone with a good jiu-jitsu and he drops you, you know what I mean? You need to work on your striking, and in a way, you always gotta be going for the things that you need to work on. You know what I mean? If you actually want to improve, because that's the name of the game. You gotta improve. You know, like someone go there, put a bar up. You have to lift the bar even higher so nobody else can reach it. You know what I mean? And if you go push the bar higher, you have to work on to push it even higher after. That's how you actually become the best. You gotta be very critical with yourself.
So you're at Kenshiro now, training at Kenshiro now.
Training, working as well.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Give us a little bit of context and a bit of detail about Kenshiro Gym itself?
Kenshiro Gym, Kenny, the head coach, he's an amazing guy, super cool guy. He trained with like many fighters before. I think he was training with what's the name of the guy? Oh my god, the Rampage Jackson.
Oh, okay.
He was helping him
Wow,
train,
there you
prepare
go.
for Lyoto Machida,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just one of the coolest guy. The music, the vibes, the people there, training partners is amazing. More of like a fighter's gym, I would say. A lot of Muay Thai, a lot of kickboxing, boxing. I get a lot of action there, to be fair, a lot of sparring partners that are strikers mostly. Some cross training in MMA, but they are mostly strikers. But it's just good to have people that actually want to fight, if you know what I mean. Because in jiu-jitsu, it's fun, it's very technical, and you do get to roll with like many different types of people. But for example, if I go show up to the gym and I have someone that's like a dad of three coming to training, he's not down to throw down with me, if you know what I mean. Like, he cannot get hurt because he's got kids to feed. You know what I mean? So he's training the best he can. But Akenshiro is like, I get to train with people that are young that also want to fight. Some are only Muay Thai fighters, some are kickboxers. But like, because I do MMA, I get to spar with the best in these areas, and then go down to One Jiu-Jitsu to spar with people that do Jiu-Jitsu. And of course, in One Jiu-Jitsu, there is like the younger guys that do want to fight, that do want to throw down. But a lot of them they only do Jiu-Jitsu, if you know what I mean, which is great for me as an MMA athlete. But it's hard to find someone that wants to do MMA, that wants to do a bit of everything, if you know what I mean. Because if I spar MMA with a striker, I can just take him down and beat him up. If I spar MMA with a grappler, what's it called? I just don't let him take me down and beat him up. You kind of have to go into the different sports and just you gotta bite sharks basically.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You jump in the sea with the shark and bite him. He's gonna bite you, yep. You will. You gotta bite him back.
I was going to talk about the teaching side of it. So obviously you've got plenty of partners in there, like sparring partners, which is good. Because as you said, MMA fight, you kind of need to dabble in everything. Talk to us about the teaching side of it. What classes do you teach? And
At the moment, I am teaching jiu-jitsu classes, MMA classes, wrestling classes, and submission wrestling classes.
what's your favorite one?
MMA class for sure. Jiu-jitsu class is also really nice to teach. Gi and no-gi. It's just super nice to just teach like what I know. It's just the approach of the teaching. It's almost like I'm teaching the same thing, but different situations. For example, with the jiu-jitsu, with the gi and no-gi, of course, you got the gi, you got to practice a bit of like the judo takedowns, a lot of groundwork. Then you have wrestling class where it's okay, you got to practice no-gi, you got to practice not getting taken down, taking people down, pinning people, holding people down. Then you have MMA class, which is more mixing up with the strikes, grounding pound, cage control, which is a big thing as well. So like learning how to get off the cage, how to pin people against the cage, takedowns off the cage, grounding pound setups, submissions that are like only allowed in MMA as well as mixing all of that with striking.
So how did the teaching role come about? Because obviously, I mean, you've got a great background in fighting, but what was the actual story of becoming a teacher there?
Basically, as I was training and fighting, I just started teaching on the side, mainly with Ivan.
Okay.
He's the one that kind of like trusted me to teach a few classes, teach a few people. And I never really stopped after that, kept on like getting clients. Then I started to train Akenshiro as well to improve my striking. And at the time, I just quit the job and I said to Kenny, I can't pay for the membership. And he was like, okay, teach one class a week for me, MMA class, and you get the membership. And then I started teaching for him as well. And there we go. Then more people started coming to the class. Now I'm teaching every day. So yeah, it went quite big.
That's good, man. Yeah, because you need, I think, especially for you in your career now, I think you're so close to climbing to that UFC like contract. I think now you need to solely be in that fighting environment every single day.
Every single day.
You've been blessed with that, and I'm so happy for you, man.
Yeah,
That's so
it is quite a blessing, to be fair. Like just not having to do nothing else apart from teaching and training. It's literally living the dream.
Now you're in this position. Do you feel like I knew I was going to be here? Because of that vision that you constantly had.
In a way, I really wanted to be year.
Hmm.
Now we want to be bigger, somewhere bigger one day. And there is the vision, there is what you want. Then, like I said, it is like when I said about the nerves before a fight, you cannot think of it now. You know what you want,
Hmm.
but you gotta do what you can now for that outcome to happen. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And there's a lot of obstacles in the way, a lot of things that are gonna try and like, life will get in the way for sure. But you just gotta know that end goal.
Hmm.
You gotta keep on working, working, working. What dictates everything is the work that you put in, the time that you put in.
I guess you've got to put yourself out there as well in order to attract those opportunities, right? You've got to do these little fights or do these little training camps or teach these classes in order to put yourself out into these new opportunities. So, I mean, you just had this amazing fight and congratulations on the win again.
Thank
Well
you.
done, my brother. What is next for you?
I would like to fight a shock and all. They have a belt that I've been looking at and I want it. Kickboxing show coming up soon. Grappling match, hopefully. I mean, there is like MMA possibilities fights. I really need to fight abroad as well. That's my next like big step as a fighter.
That'd be cool.
That's the UFC. I spoke with this UFC fighter a while ago when I was in the show. One of the students who were fighting, and he gave me tips of like how to get there. And he said, you're doing well. You need to keep on fighting. Be careful not to lose too many, and make sure you fight abroad. That's your
Okay.
next as your next step. Once you
What's
fight
the
abroad.
reason for the abroad then?
Because you need to be able to go to a different country or wherever the UFC wants you,
Right.
and you need to be ready to fight. If you know what I mean. And like
Mm.
I said, fighting preparation can be quite hard. So you go somewhere, you stay in a hotel, you take your team with you, and you know you gotta be able to go through that and then fight.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because it's out of the comfort zone.
They want you to train abroad, fight abroad. Does it have to be? Can it be anywhere abroad, or is it specific places?
I think it's anywhere.
Okay.
They just want to know that I've done that before.
Okay.
I'm not new to it because UFC is everything professional. So
Yeah.
you gotta tick all the lists.
Yeah, yeah. So where you fighting then? Where's the abroad fight?
There is one possible fight happening in Portugal.
That'd
I
be
want to do
sick.
that. Has been a few offers on the last year, but last year I didn't have a passport ready.
Okay.
All ready now. So hopefully, if they confirm this fight, I'll be going to Portugal soon. And any others that they confirm.
International Jeffrey, yeah?
That sounds good.
Your
Holiday
journey,
was crap.
yeah. Your journey's been really inspiring, I think, for us to witness. We did a podcast with you about 5-6 years ago, and one of the things we asked you at that time was, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? And I think the answer you gave us back then was on your way to the UFC. I think it was an undefeated pro record. And I think it was your amateur. I think at the time it was roughly the same anyway. But how does that journey in the last 5 years sit with your vision that you had back then? And then as a follow-up question to that, what does the next 5 years look like for you?
Firstly, fighting as a pro, that was like a big thing, trying to fight like a pro fight to make the debut. So far it's going well. Fought like quite a lot of Muay Thai and kickboxing along the way here too. The way I definitely thought that I would be able to become Victory Fights champion. I would hope to be Shockeno champion too. That would be nice. On the next 5 years, I hope to be making my way to a bigger show. Much bigger. I hope to be either at the UFC or one championship. That would be nice. So I actually get paid well for fighting. At least that's the dream. That's the goal. I'm going to work hard for it. Keep up the record clean. And yeah, I just hope like things keep on working out the way they are. So far things are going quite smooth with my training, with my lifestyle. And I feel like I'm direction to the right. I got the right direction at the moment. I just got to keep on working and it will come. On the next 5 years, definitely I'll be in bigger shows.
I think we're really all behind you, to be honest. I mean, we get so excited just when your fights are on, even if we can't attend every single one. And we watched it in here the other day. And it's just a journey that I think is so inspiring to watch, and long may it continue. We're coming towards the end of the episode, but we usually ask a final few questions, and I'm quite intrigued to find out your answer to these ones. But for anyone who's watching, who wants to kind of follow along on your journey, where can they find you on social media?
Just search for, you can get my Instagram, Jeffrey the Prodigy Almeida. Ladies, I'm single, by the way. So
Had to drop that in there, didn't it?
Drop this guy up.
We ask every guest this. What is one quote that sticks with you and gets you through your weeks or maybe even your entire life? What is one quote or mantra that sticks with you?
follow your dreams. So all it matters. Follow your dreams. Don't give up on them. Don't let money get in the way. That's all I think about.
Simple. I love that.
Love
It's
it.
true though. You don't go off the track that you're destined to achieve. Don't let the distractions get in the way of it too. I love that.
Follow
Well,
your dreams.
God willing, I pray that your streak continues. I pray that you get this UFC opportunity at some point and you go abroad and you tick all these boxes and you just continue your success. Like Dan said, I think because we've obviously grown up slightly with you and now seeing this journey that you're doing, it's just so inspiring, Jeffrey. And yeah, we're so happy that what you're achieving and you're proving that one, what you say is true, and two, the hard work that you're putting in is allowing you to achieve what you achieve. So keep going. Keep going. We'll support you everywhere we can. And please support this guy on his journey. Give him all the love that he deserves. Keep shouting his name in the crowd. Okay. We love hearing that.
I don't know.
Yeah. Keep chanting that as well. And we really hope that you've enjoyed this episode. Thank you for joining us today, Jeffrey.
Just saying one more thing.
Of course.
Just for the youth nowadays. Like I said, follow your dreams. Do not follow the crowd. A lot of people are lost. A lot of people are sheep. Focus on what you want to do. Find something you like. Find something, a dream, an objective. Work towards it. Don't stop. Whatever everyone's doing, whatever anyone's opinion have on your life, maybe take as an advice, but don't let it deviate you.
Amen. Love that.
I'm sorry. I feel like I want to ask another question now.
Do it. Why not? We don't have to wrap it up.
I have my own goals. I have my own visions of life. Some of it's coming true because we're literally sat in a podcast studio that we've created. And that was one of my dreams and one of my goals in life was to have my own podcast and interview amazing people and all of that. I find I get distracted all the time. And I'm now in a period of my life where alcohol is
Distraction.
it's a distraction. Girls are a distraction. Before it was other vices that I've managed to kind of put away and not deal with them. But how do you not let these things distract you in your vision in your life?
You can do other things, but you have to remember who you are. You have to remember your identity. You know what I mean? Like, alcohol is fun, whatever, but you're not, what's it called? You're not a drunken guy, you're not like a alcohol addict. You know what I mean? Women are fun, but like, you can have fun with people and stuff, but like, how much do they actually care about you and what you want to do? You know what I mean? People have other goals. People live in the moment. You should also live in the moment, have fun, but remember your goals, remember who you are, remember your identity. Only you know what you are and who you are. So that's it. Remember who you are.
Remember who I am. That's going to sit with me for a bit, actually.
It's going to sit with me as well, yeah.
Remember who I am.
You can be happy in the moment, partying, whatever. Then after, you're going to have to go back into something. I feel like that's why jiu-jitsu helps me be quite grounded. Always did. Like since teenager, you know? Like go out, meet people, drink, get wasted. And it's like, okay, back to reality. Back to life, you know?
What makes you happy?
What makes me happy? Winning.
Damn straight.
Winning. What else? Danny's mom.
I am not involved with this one. Nope.
Yes, Danny.
I am not in this podcast.
If you could have...
Please post that one at the end. He
Yeah.
needs to hear that. Or just send me the end of it later you are.
If you could sit down in a room with anyone in the entire world, dead or alive, whether it's on a podcast or whether it's, you know, you're just having food together, who would it be and why?
Jose Aldo. I used to watch him a lot as a kid.
What would you want to find out from Jose Aldo? Or
Exactly what you guys just done to me, like your story, like deep in, if you know what I mean. And of course, talk about martial arts, talking about his style, the way he's thinking on the fight and stuff. You know, it's a lot to process. Fighting is a very intellectual thing, very, very intellectual thing. It doesn't look, but it is. You know, it's little inches, and the way you think really kind of your mindset really like dictates how you fight. And I want to know what goes through his head before his sick performances. Apart from that, who else would it be? Apart from like most of the UFC champions, I'd like to sit down with Michael Jordan. You know, there one book that was very influential to me. Like I read it when I was younger. This guy from the gym called Jermaine. He's like a personal trainer. He recommended me this book, and it's called Relentless. It's by Michael Jordan's and Kobe Bryant's coach. Amazing book. Anyone that's like an athlete or you want to excel, be at the top of the game in anything you want to do in life, I recommend that book, Relentless.
Who would you choose, Dan?
damn, mine's going to be a bit deep now though. My dad. Because I miss him. I don't know, I feel like I could have said a lot more to him. And I had a bit of a deeper bond with him. I think it was a very surface level bond. I mean, it was a bond nonetheless, don't get me wrong, and I'm so grateful we had it. But I think what it was built upon was evidently something I've struggled with for years and years. So I wish we had a better bond. So I'd love to sit down with him now, show him this. He wouldn't believe this. And I don't know, get to know him a bit more.
Feels like we take it for granted, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what you believe in on, but I'm pretty sure your dad is watching. I'm pretty sure he's super proud of you.
Appreciate that.
You know, during the training camp, I had a friend that died, Mauricio's little brother. You know, I know him since he was 8, and he died when he was 16, a week and a half ago or so. And
Sorry to hear
yeah,
that,
it
man.
was awful, man. It's like I literally saw the kid growing up, and now I don't get to see him again, you know. But yeah, never take people for granted, and enjoy the time with the people around you while you still can, because nothing is forever. You know, live now.
It makes you appreciate the moment, man.
100%.
Like massively.
It actually makes me annoyed the fact that I've deviated away from life a lot though. Does that make sense? Like, I've allowed myself to deviate from living in the present a lot because I'm trying to, I don't know. I've tried to escape life quite a lot, and I've gone to vices to get away from that all the time. But it kind of annoys me that I've done that.
I feel like everyone kind of goes through a little bit of that phase in life. I mean, don't say everyone, but you know, could be anything from drugs to alcohol to video games to, I don't know, work. You know what I mean? You're just keeping yourself busy or like trying to keep yourself occupied, and you don't actually stop and think, who am I? What do I want? You know what I mean? That's very important. As well as like the only thing that we really have, like, is like the people around us. You know what I mean? They're gonna be gone at some point.
Yeah.
So gotta cherish that the most. You know what I mean? From like friends to family to, you know, it's the only thing that you really, really gonna miss it. You know, like I said, like I had a bit of a rough patch with my dad, but then I'm like, man, he put me in jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? He done like many different things. Maybe for me at that time, I thought that was not good enough. You know, my dad could do more, could do better for me, but I didn't think that he did what he could. You know what I mean? Like he was like 60 something. Like, yeah. So you gotta kind of like accept people for who they are and try to be the best you can for them, because otherwise you regret it. You know, that's something that I'm trying to improve at the moment, you know, be better for my dad. You know, he's still here. Don't know for how long, but he's still here. Gotta honor the old man.
And I'm sure he's very proud of you too.
Yeah, definitely.
Now fights, I walk out with my dad's hat.
Yeah,
I
see
love
that.
that. It's such a
You know,
nice.
as younger, I used to be so ashamed of the hats. You know,
Damn.
Now you're
I used to
rocking
be
it.
so ashamed. I'm rocking it.
No,
I
you're
feel happy
rocking
with
it.
it. You know, the ladies love it too. Now I get it why he wears it. Now I get it why he wears it. And then people telling me like, dude, your dad is a G. And I'm like, why is everyone telling my dad is a G? I don't know him as a G. Like,
George, who would you choose if you could sit down with one person, dead or alive?
I'd like to value that conversation. So it's like, who could I sit down and like learn stuff about me from listening to them? I mean, fucking millions of people, but I don't know, man.
you know, Muhammad Ali would be a sick one to be fair.
Yeah, he would.
would.
You'd learn a lot.
You would.
Or like a Bruce Lee, actually.
Mm.
Because I'd like to learn more about the mindset he had, the discipline that he had. And I think, like I just said, I think I would talk to him about my story. He would talk to me about his story. And then I would go, wow, I've got a lot to learn about myself. Because I think from that question is basically trying to find out what you could better off. No, what's the phrase? It's like, how could you come out better after that conversation, right? And I feel like a lot of people you could sit down and speak to, even people out on the street without even realizing. But yeah, maybe like a Bruce Lee or a Jackie Chan, like figure out.
Bruce Lee would be sick to be fair.
Yeah,
Like one of the best quotes ever.
yeah.
Bruce Lee and Muhammad Ali, like I think the quotes that they have said, I'm always repeating.
Really?
Mm.
Yeah.
What ones?
Be like water.
Mm.
Water in the cup becomes the cup. Water in the bottle becomes the bottle. And Ali, man, it's like just the quotes that he said. Once I murdered a rock. Like, how do you think of that? Like,
How does that come in your mind?
I turned the light off and I'm in bed sleeping before the room goes dark. Like, damn.
He was very good with his work.
Oh man, so good, so good.
Love that. I love that we carried on, by the way. That was quite funny. We
Yeah,
wrapped up
that was
and then-
such a good
and then all of a sudden, and all of a sudden the mic just went.
For real, thank you though, Jeffrey.
No,
worries,
seriously,
guys. That
Jeffrey.
was sick.
Yeah, appreciate you.